Oh, you give me the title, I guess, the cover, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well, no, I give you the title, you guess what the book's about, then I show you the cover, then you amend your guess.
Gotcha. Okay, then that doesn't matter. I couldn't read. Well. We aren't recording, are we?
Oh no, we recorded.
Oh, damn.
That's gonna be the intro. Hey guys, I'm Kate. Welcome back to my channel, and today I have a special guest with me. For those of you who haven't seen these videos before, Robert has done 2 Brother Guesses authortuber books with me. Robert, have you improved your reading any in the past year?
No.
Good. All right, I picked out 5 authortuber books.
Are we gonna do the scoring where it's like an actual scoring
mother
this?
Fine. Yes.
Or are we just gonna BS this one where you
No.
arbitrarily SAT word of the day? Give me some BS.
He's graduated college.
Yeah.
He's bringing out
Still
the
SAT words.
All right, Robert, how do you want to be graded? Tell me about your problems. Would you like to lead back?
Well, so I was just...
Not that they can read my handwriting any
I
better
was
than
gonna
you
say,
could.
yeah.
But
I mean, my
genre,
handwriting's
main
worse.
character, what they want, / the goal. If you can get it off of the title alone, you get a 10. So all of these categories are worth either 3.3 or half of that. The highest you can get if you don't get any of it right off of the title is a 5. This is a much harsher scale.
You were pretty harsh the first time we did this.
Okay.
You know.
So I have picked 5 authortubers that we haven't done this before on, and 5 books.
Oh, so
Some
I
of
get to
these people
roast
have
new
different books.
people. Great.
This is not a roasting.
Exciting.
This is a dumbass.
Yeah, if you want the least qualified person to roast your book covers,
The first title is called All the King's Traitors by Keylin Rivers. All the King's Traitors.
Okay.
It's also the first book in what's going to be a series, but only the first book is out right now. So.
I'm gonna go with adventure then.
Okay.
How about that?
Sure.
What, main character?
Yeah, I'd like to know something about the main character.
Tristanius? Somehow that's what I remember, but I don't remember what
anything else, but you're like, Tristanius.
I remember 50,000, so...
You did! We're very proud of you. Everyone is like, look at the growth. Look at the growth.
Well, I'm gonna guess, like, All the King's Traitors probably, you know, set in, like, medieval times, something like that.
Okay.
Right? Main character is a dude.
Dude.
Yeah. Although I kind of want to go girl. I don't know. I'll go with dude. Name is gonna be Reese. Obviously.
Reese!
Yeah, I'm gonna give names, because I feel like that's fun. And then what was the last thing I have to do?
What they want or the goal of this. What are they up against? Like, if there's a big bad,
money,
you know, like...
They want money.
They want...
Yeah.
All the King's Traitors wants
and
money.
No, Reese. Well, he's like a Robin Hood, right?
Oh.
So he's stealing, like, all the King's Traitors.
He's stealing from the king.
Yeah.
But if they're the King's Traitors...
No, he's stealing from the traitors.
For the king!
No, not for the king. He just steals from the he steals from the middle class and gives to the poor. He's a real, he's more of a...
Robbing the neighborhood.
He just sets his sight. He doesn't have enough confidence to go after the king, you know? It's like, I'm not that good. Let's baby steps, guys. Like, at first he was stealing from the poor, given to the more poor. But now, you know, because security gets harder at each level.
It does,
right?
so he's trying to level up his skills.
Yeah, exactly.
I see.
It's practice.
All the King's Traitors.
Fucking Reese.
Are you ready to see the cover?
I think I nailed it. I think I got a 10.
Yep.
Well.
Here is the cover.
What the hell?
All the King's Traitors.
Oh, traitors. Fuck!
You thought I said traitor?
Oh, no! Maybe you should enunciate, okay? That's clearly what they mean. Traitors. We've talked about this. You say your D's. They're D's. You said traitors.
Traitors.
Yeah, traitors.
Traitors.
It's say traitors. Say traitors.
Traitors.
Yeah, it's the same word! Okay, well, this changes things.
Okay, what does it change to?
I'm sticking with adventure, I guess.
Okay.
Is that a ring?
Oh.
With... I don't know what the hell that is in the middle, honestly. It has wings, that's all I know. It's a really messed up bird. Oh, High Wings, book 1.
High Wings? So there's some lightning
So All the
going
King's
through?
Traitors, the group is probably called the High Wings, I'm gonna guess.
Okay.
And,
the group. So now Reese is part of a group?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's part of the King's Traitors.
Traitors.
I'm gonna guess that what they want is to, I'm assuming, dethrone the king somehow.
Dethrone the king. Okay. You still think he steals stuff?
I don't know.
Over 1,000 years have passed since the first godstones ripped through the skies and mangled the earth. With their fall came centuries of chaos and destruction, but also immense power. Power that separates humans from gods. Now in the kingdom is now in the Robert, I
can't
don't know
pronounce
if you noticed,
things.
but now in the kingdom of
a motif.
Okay. Shut up. Now in the kingdom of Azanthea, two adoptive brothers. Shut up.
Okay. I'm just trying to support you. It's a tough word.
Two adoptive brothers flee from unjust conscription. A fugitive struggles to truly be free. A double-crossing warrior must choose where his allegiances lie, with his wife or with his daughter. A traitorous heir to the kingdom's throne roams the land in search of an army to call his own. A prodigy in the house of historian competes in a grueling trial to prove her loyalty, and one god king rules over them all. So you guessed action adventure, and I would classify this as a fantasy, but I'm going to give it to you.
Well, okay.
It is adventure-y. It's clearly, there's gonna be some action. But most people would say
fantasy. All those genres are so tied together
they really
that it's kind of
are.
hard to...
Yeah. I think it's because theoretically you could have an action adventure like Jason Bourne in our world, but then there's action adventure and fantasy.
Okay.
Fantasy, you kind of assume there's some action.
You know what? Anytime I guess action or adventure, I'll
You'll specify?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna give you half the points for that though. I'm gonna give you your little 1.67. Main character, I'm not gonna give you any of it. There were so many characters that honestly, if any of them had been stealing from the poor and doing something, I would have given it to you. But as none of them did, you get a
But I amended
0.
my answer. How does that work?
You did say
I
a
changed
group.
it to it's like a group, and that's more than one person.
You know what? I'm gonna
think maybe one?
Good point. Yeah, I'll give you a 1. And then what they want, dethrone the king?
Yeah, I don't know even what it's about. I don't even know what...
I'm gonna give you like a 0.5. Because there is one god king that rules them all, and I think there's something about that. There's a lot going on. So I'm gonna give you a 0.5, which means you got a whole 3.27 or so.
Setting the bar high.
This next one, the title is Tech Mage by Chris Fox. While you think it over, I'll tell people, Chris Fox doesn't make a whole lot of like authortube community type videos, but he does share a lot of information on like the selling aspect and just his experience with behind the scenes numbers, so I'm including him in here.
I'm on the fence.
Okay.
I'm not sure whether this is going to be in a fantasy world or not, but tech mage kind of screams fantasy.
Okay.
But you could also call someone a tech mage, like...
Could it be a sci-fi?
I mean, it'd be a weird thing to say.
Could it be a...
Oh, I guess if I specify sci-fi as well. Well, but that's...
Sci-fi fantasy also, well, you would be considered wrong.
What is sci-fi stand for? Isn't it science fantasy?
Science fiction.
Fiction, fuck. I mean, crap.
Sci-fi.
Sci-fi. Sci-fan. Science fantasy.
They're often lumped together though, so you're not entirely wrong.
Science fiction fantasy.
Sci-fi.
His name, Quentin. Yeah, and he's gonna be a really troubled guy, but...
Quentin troubled, okay.
Yeah, he's really troubled, but he really knows his tech stuff.
His tech. Because he's a tech mage. You know?
He used to be like a computer science guy, but then he got like hit with some magic bullshit.
Oh,
yeah, so now he's
magic bullshit.
Now he's got like, he's like a cyborg.
Okay.
He's like, my name's Quentin. He's a robot.
Okay.
Sort of. Well, cyborg, you know. He gets really upset when people call him a robot. Yeah. Especially when he does the robot. He does it really well, so that's why I think he's going to do. Well, way to drop your book. I get a 10. He wants...
people to stop making
fun of him. He wants people to stop calling him a robot.
Okay. No robot.
Because you have to teach a robot to love, but he as a cyborg, knows how to love.
So is it a love story?
It's always a love interest.
There's a love interest, but it's not a love story.
It's not a love story.
Baby, just say yes. Were we both?
I was going down that route, but...
Get your T-Swift in there? Okay.
I hate T-Swift.
Watch
him be a cyborg, that'd be pretty... I mean, now I get why people call him a robot. Magitech Chronicles Book 1. Okay. Well, clearly, I think I actually think I might stick with everything I said.
A man with no past fighting for a future. Aaron awakes in chains with no memory. He's conscripted into the Confederate Marines as a tech mage, given a spell rifle, then hurled into the war with the draconic Crocs and their void worm masters. Desperate to escape, Aaron struggles to master his abilities while surviving the Crocs' onslaught. Fighting alongside him are a major who will do anything to win, a captain who will stop at nothing to see him dead, and a woman whose past is as blank as his own. own. Caught between survival and loyalty, Aaron must choose. If he flees, he will survive, but the Crocs will win and the galaxy will burn. Stopping them requires a price Aaron may be unable to pay, learning to trust the very people who enslaved him.
Wait, can you look up how to pronounce A-R-A-N?
I don't think it's gonna be good. It probably is Aran. Here's the thing, kid. You did good.
Sci-fi fantasy.
Sci-fi fantasy.
That's a full point.
That's a full 3.3.
What was my last score? Am I already doing better than that?
Yes, you are already. Just for getting the genre right. Not a Quentin. Aran, but I'm not going to discount that. You just get bonus.
I was thinking he was going to go by Q.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
That'd be a cool thing.
I do think he's troubled.
Can you be troubled if you don't even remember anything?
Those are his troubles.
Is that troubling?
There is some magic bullshit in there, I noticed.
Although, okay, here's my thing about any time they do something where they're like, you don't remember anything. All you would know is that life, right? Like, if you forget everything from your past, which I guess they never do. They always, like, remember some weird
Yeah,
thing.
There's always something halfway through the movie or the book.
It's just like at the beginning of the movie, book, they're just, like, upset that they don't remember anything. But how would they know that they don't remember anything? Wouldn't they immediately think, like, oh, this is my life? How would they know even how existence works, right? Because if they forget everything, they wouldn't know how people are born. They probably just think they were made in a factory. And they're like, I was just born today. You know?
Look, I've watched too many Hallmark movies where the main character loses her memory, and what happens
51st Date?
is that they're found by someone, or they're like, what's your name? And they're like, I don't know. So clearly,
and the guy's like, how intriguing.
Yes, a woman who doesn't know anything is what I've always wanted. So for the main character, I don't want to give you the full points, but I do think you deserve more than just the 1.67. So I'm going to give you.
He's a cyborg.
I'm going to give you a 2.
Okay, all right. I'd argue it should be higher than that.
And then for what they want or their goal, I don't know that you got that right. I mean, I do think there is going to be a little bit of a love thing with that other girl who can't remember her or stuff.
1?
So I'm going to give you a 1. Yeah,
right.
I feel you. Okay.
That's cool.
3, 4, 5, 6.3. I think that's actually better than you've done on
probably any of them.
Last time.
Yeah. Oh, well.
Off of the title, Wicked Fox by Kat Cho. And Kat was traditionally published. So she's a traditionally published author within the authortube sphere. And she makes some really fun videos about, like, going to the publisher's house and, like, different lunch parties and, like, going to book conventions. It's really fun. So.
That's cool.
Okay, what's your guess on Wicked Fox?
I don't know. I'm gonna guess this one just because the other two have been, like, fantasy and, like, adventure stuff. I'm gonna go with this one, especially because, like, a fox is, like, I don't know, something. Romance. Like a romance
animal.
Fox is gonna be a older lady, kind of like a cougar, but instead she's a fox for some reason. And she is just wicked as all get out.
Wicked as hell.
She just finds really interesting ways to bang younger dudes.
Okay, so you're thinking a romance.
Yeah.
Okay.
If that wasn't clear. Duh.
You sounded like Jason from The Good Place.
Which one's Jason? I forgot.
The dumb one.
Oh. Her husband died, and now she's filling a void.
Wow, okay.
Got deep.
Are you ready to see the cover?
Actually, the wicked part is throwing me a little bit. I'm gonna say that she bangs. She's like a Black Widow, right? She like bangs this dude and then kills him.
Ooh!
Yeah, wicked.
Wicked. You ready?
Her life is in his hands. His heart. Oh god. Well, at least I was right. I think. 100 days to choose. Oh, to choose who lives. Utterly transportive. That's an interesting quote. I'll be honest.
Utterly transportive?
Yeah.
Because it transports you.
Yeah, I guess.
Utterly. Do you want to change it?
I mean, yeah, I'll change a little bit because clearly she is. Well, I don't think she's old from the cover. And then, I mean, choose who lives. I'm gonna assume there's some sort of like repressive government that's making them.
Interesting. Okay.
See, this is the problem, is because I dig myself.
No,
too deep,
that's
so
perfect.
specific.
That's what we want. Okay, are you ready to hear what it's about?
You know what you should do? You should have someone else do this as well, and then compare the grades.
Except that you and David are never around together. I want to do one with both of y'all since David reads a little bit more.
Oh, yeah.
It would be.
What are you trying to say? Like, what, you think he's better than me, or?
I think since he reads more, you might know more about like genre tropes.
He knows bigger words.
Yeah, but we don't like what he does.
No, because I can't understand.
A fresh and addictive fantasy romance set in modern-day Seoul. 18-year-old Gu Myung has a secret. She's a Gumi.
She's a what?
A nine-tailed fox who must devour the energy of men in order to survive.
Damn it.
Because so few believe in the old tales anymore, and with so many evil men, no one will miss the modern city of Seoul is the perfect place to hide and hunt. But after feeding one full moon, Myung crosses paths with Ji-hoon, a human boy being attacked by a goblin deep in the forest. Against her better judgment, she violates the rules of survival to rescue the boy, losing her fox speed, her Gumiho soul in the process. Ji-hoon knows Myung is more than just a beautiful girl. He saw her 9 tails the night she saved his life. His grandmother used to tell him stories of the Gumiho, of their power and the danger they pose to humans. He's drawn to her anyway. With murderous forces lurking in the background, Myung and Ji-hoon develop a tenuous friendship that blossoms into something more. But when a young shaman tries to reunite Myung with her bead, the consequences are disastrous, forcing Myung to choose between her immortal life and Ji-hoon's. You know what, Robert? I'm actually pretty impressed with your guess. Like, the part
you know, if
at the end with the...
You know what I should have done is I should have, whenever I had, oh man, Wicked Fox, I should have gone with She's a Fox. I'm kind of mad about it now.
For the genre, I'm going to give you the 1.67 because you did get romance YA completely right. Right. Even though there's obviously other elements, but it even says a fresh addictive fantasy romance set in the modern day. The main character, I'm going to give you a 1 for it. And then for the what they want or the goal, this is the problem because I really think you did good with the Black Widow stuff at the end when you were talking about it, but then you changed it. And I can't read my own handwriting for what you said, so we're just gonna give you a 1 again. So a 3.67, good job!
Wow, I love how I said at the beginning that it was arbitrary how you give these points, and now you can't even read your own handwriting, you just gave me a 1.
Do you remember? You didn't even bother arguing because there's more. See?
I swear I'm not as dumb as she makes me look. I'm dumber.
The next title is called Taming Him by Kennedy Fox. Courtney writes under the name Kennedy Fox with a co-writer, and she makes videos about self-publishing. She also writes her own stories under Lyra Parrish.
And her last name is Fox.
Yeah. I do it on purpose. I like to have some continuity through all of these just for you.
I will say, Kennedy Fox sounds like a porn star name. Just saying. You don't have to put that in. Please don't.
Well, do you want to guess what the genre is? Taming Him?
Porn. Some sort of romance, right?
Okay, romance.
It'd be dumb if I didn't pick that, wouldn't it? I mean, it's called Taming Him.
Okay.
But I'm gonna guess he's rebellious or something.
Okay,
I'm gonna guess.
Rebellious.
You know what? Since I didn't guess last time, I'm gonna guess that he's actually an animal. Can't tame this beast, all right? You know. And so it's gonna be taming him. She's in love with a fucking lion or something. She's bestiality all the way.
I was about to ask.
And so now there's a lion that she wants to just go to town on.
Okay.
And he's like, rawr. And she can't tame him or whatever for the majority of the story, but then the lion ends up loving her.
So there is...
And he turns back to a human because he's actually a prince.
Oh! Oh my god, it's like a Beauty and the Beast retelling.
Or Shrek 2, but...
Or just the first Shrek.
Yeah, I want to go with Shrek 2 though. Is that the... Can that be the quote on this one? Instead of, what the fuck is
in my notes, one? Shrek 2. Are you ready to see the cover?
Yeah, I feel it's gonna ruin everything. What the fuck? That man is a beast. Oh, Jesus. It doesn't really tell me anything
Brothers
other
novel?
than it seems like this guy's a
USA
cowboy stripper with... I can't tell what that necklace is. And also, what's that tattoo? I'm gonna guess...
It looks like it says LOL for me.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go with he's a cowboy stripper who's on the run from the law. And actually, this is...
He's been branded.
He's been branded, yeah. It's his prisoner number. It's tatted on him. Maybe he did that himself because he's edgy.
Cowboy stripper on the run, you know, and she's still gonna tame him, though.
And she's, instead, I'm gonna guess that, like, she's the sheriff or something. She's after him, but she falls in love with the dude. Because he's a stripper.
But no Shrek 2 and no lions.
No, no Shrek 2. No lions, I guess. Well, there could be. Leave it open.
Alex Bishop is your typical cowboy.
Holy
charming,
shit.
Sexy, and wears a panty-melting smirk. Working on the ranch helped build his solid 8-pack and smoking body. He's every girl's wet fantasy, and he knows it too. Alex doesn't...
You can put that on the side of books?
Yeah. Alex doesn't follow the rules of your typical playboy bachelor. After wining and dining his dates and giving them the best nights of their lives, he always sends flowers and calls the next day, even if it's to say, let's just be friends. His mama taught him manners after all, and his southern blood knows how to be a gentleman. Still, that isn't enough to tame the wildest of the Bishop brothers. River Lancaster has finally met the man of her dreams. Too bad after 6 months of romantic bliss, she finds out he's married. With a broken heart and blind rage, she books herself a ticket to Key West, Florida. Jesus Christ.
Key West?
Florida. Tired of cheaters and liars, she's set on escaping to forget he ever existed. Who needs a man when there's an all-you-can-drink margarita bar anyway? Frickin' facts.
Kennedy, what's going on in your life, honey?
That's what she tells herself until she bumps into the right guy who can make all of those bad memories disappear, even if it's only temporary. 2 weeks on the beach is what they both need. No strings attached, no expectations, no broken hearts. Too bad the universe has other plans. One that'll change the entire course of their lives in just 9 short months. Romance. Full 3.3.
Yeah.
Cowboy, yeah.
Yeah.
But that was
not
after
a stripper,
the fact.
I guess.
Also not a stripper.
Okay, can you blame
Also-
me? From the cover, he looks like a cowboy stripper.
I don't think you got the motives right.
No, but I think my
Uneven.
my storylines, honestly, I like it a little bit better because I'm pretty sure she just got too interested in some cowboy stripper, went to the beach as people go to a margarita bar to deal with their problems, and then got pregnant. So it's too relatable, honestly. All the times I, go to the beach and get pregnant.
Yeah. We've had to deal with this a lot in this family.
Yeah, I have 5 kids.
0.5 for getting a cowboy right. So you got a 3.8. This is called The Savior's Champion by Jenna Moreci.
Okay, well, a Savior Champion. I'm gonna guess this is fantasy.
Fantasy?
Romance.
Oh.
Again.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with 3 romances in a row. Holiday season. Like Hallmark,
You
all
think The
romance
Savior's
stuff.
Champion's gonna be
It's gonna be Hallmark-ish.
Ish?
But instead, it's gonna be a fantasy, but they're gonna be in medieval times or whatever.
Medieval again?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know who the Savior is though.
Okay. And I would like that.
Yeah.
I would like you to say that.
I'm gonna say that the Savior is gonna be some dude saved the town from something bad.
Okay.
It's gonna be really vague.
Dude saved town
Some
from
dude
bad.
saved the town and everyone loves him. They're like, yeah, you saved us, whatever. And then the Savior's champion is gonna be the person that guy falls in love with or whatever.
Okay.
That's
Equals.
I'm just gonna go with that.
Okay.
I'm gonna leave it at that.
And
And the
do we
dude's
know-
and the Savior's name, Tristan.
Tristan. Are you ready to see the cover?
No. I didn't feel confident about that one. Respect the labyrinth. Oh. I thought it was respect, period. The labyrinth, period.
Respect the labyrinth.
Respect
Obey the labyrinth.
Respect the pouch. Respect it. It's gonna be more fantasy, fantasy adventure. No, this is the Savior's champion.
Oh,
The
okay.
Savior is the guy who originally went and created the labyrinth to keep all the demons or whatever in the labyrinth and not come to the surface.
Okay.
The Savior's champion, because they are starting to come to the surface because they figured out the labyrinth, he
good.
now has to go in there, defeat all of them, and then he's the Savior's champion, so now he's gonna run the labyrinth.
Okay. Well, Robert, it's not Tristan, but it does start with a T.
Hooray.
Tobias Kaya doesn't... I swear this is another twisted nonsense.
Good lord.
Tobias Kaya doesn't care about the Savior.
His name's Toby.
Well, will you let me finish? Tobias Kaya doesn't care about the Savior. He doesn't care that she's the ruler of the realm or that she purified the land, and he certainly doesn't care that she's of age to be married. But when competing for her hand proves to be his last chance to save his family, he's forced to make the Savior his priority. Now Tobias is thrown into the Sovereign's tournament with 19 other men, and each of them is fighting and killing for the chance to rule at the Savior's side. Instantly his world is plagued with violence, treachery, and manipulation, revealing the hidden ugliness of his proud realm. And when his circumstances seem especially dire, he stumbles into an unexpected... Thank you. He stumbles into an unexpected romance, one that opens him up to unimaginable dangers and darkness. Trigger warning, this novel contains graphic violence, adult language, and sexual situations.
Do they always put trigger warning? Because as the past 2 have had trigger warning.
Some do. Well, so Jenna is self-published. So because you're self-published, you are basically able to go in and actually put, trigger warnings. So here's the thing, little Nuggy Nug.
doesn't sound
got
like
most of this wrong.
Yeah, I know.
But
I had romance at first. And
fantasy romance and then changing it to fantasy adventure. I think it's probably, if I had to choose the top 3 things, it would be fantasy romance and adventure. So I'm just going to give you a straight 3.3 on that.
Score.
I'm going to be nice because basically I think you got all the rest of it wrong.
Yeah.
So, Rowboat. How do you feel you did as I calculate
how do I feel like we average? How do
you think? Just like generally, what are you most proud of?
So this is the post-game interview.
Yeah.
After I've lost in the finals.
That's
Game 7.
So do you care to comment?
No comment.
A 4.068. Robert, with an average score of 4 out of 10, you have crushed it. I'm very proud of you. If you could write a book, Robert, what book would you write? What genre would it be?
YA fantasy.
Would you?
Adventure thing.
Yeah. I guess that's the most what you read, yeah.
Yeah.
You were a big Rick Riordan fan.
I used to read, I just don't anymore. Something about being a library aide really makes you want to read, I guess.
Wow, yeah, if you're surrounded by books, you might read them, although...
I just have a fear of books. This is actually my nightmare right now. I'm in an authortube video.
Thank you, Robert, so much for joining me.
Yeah.
You make it out.
Stay classy, San Diego. All my bones pop as I...
Yeah. Bye.
Bye.
All right. Well, thank you guys so much for watching this again. Robert and I have such a blast every time we are filming it. I'm still convinced that someday he's going to write a book with me. I haven't told him that. And he didn't hear me, but it's gonna happen. Please do comment down below. Let me know if you've read any of these books. Let me know if you're interested in any of these books. I will have a link to Goodreads and Amazon so that you can get to them quickly. And as always, let me know if you think it would be easy for people to guess what your books are about based off of their title and their covers. Yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you all very soon with another video. Bye!
How long have you had that?
Will you just film the video? Thank you.
I don't have ADHD.
While surviving the Croc's onslaught. What the fuck?
And a stupid dog movie. All dog movies are dumb. You can quote me on that. They're always dumb.
And as always, let me know, what?